Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Dom Lovely. I am your source for all celebrity entertainment news and all points of view. Well, got an interesting one for you guys this evening, and I thought it would be great to get feedback from an expert in the legal world. Are you guys familiar with the show Paternity Court? That's the show with Judge Lauren Lake. Well, she spoke to hotnewhiphop.com, and they had some questions regarding Wendy Williams' divorce and the child of Sharina Hudson. And I thought they asked some really great questions, and I wanted to share it here with you guys so we can get a sense of how things will play out legally for Wendy Williams, Kevin Hunter, Sharina Hudson, and the child that's in the situation at this point. So a couple of questions that I thought that they asked her was pretty interesting that we probably all could get insight from. The first question they asked her was about the marriage itself. After an over 20-year marriage, is there anything special we should know about the divorce proceedings for Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter? Lauren Lake answered, there's good and bad news in this divorce proceeding. The good news is that the state of New Jersey does not have a mandatory waiting period for marriages that have lasted longer than 6 months. Also, New Jersey promotes collaborative divorce law featuring alternate dispute resolution. This allows both parties to seek an amicable solution regarding custody, finances, and property, thus potentially avoiding complications that can create for a time-consuming and messy divorce proceedings. However, when dealing with a marriage and business relationship lasting over 20 years, the process of equitable distribution of assets can pose a challenge. Both parties may have their own independent idea of who is the primary contributor to amassing these assets. With each party being successful in their own respective careers, the division of assets will most likely be time-consuming and could become contentious. Another question they asked her was, when do you expect the divorce to be finalized? And she goes on to say, if they are smart, they will get in the room with their respective attorneys and say, let's get this done together, which means they will negotiate their division of assets in a civil way so they don't have to go to court. The proceedings could take a very long time with all of their property. If this is a marriage that can't be saved and Wendy doesn't want to save it at this point, the quickest course of action is to negotiate together respectfully. If they have good attorneys, they will tell them to get this done amongst themselves, but this could take years if it makes its way to court. So I guess they had questions in regards to Kevin Jr. because he's 19 years old at this point. So as it relates to custody issues, her response was, Kevin Jr. is over the age of 18, so the court will not need to consider a custody arrangement or child support. However, Kevin Jr. still may have dependent expenses as any young adult has, such as health care, college education, car insurance, housing, and general living maintenance. So as it relates to the child, the alleged baby that Sharina Hudson had, her thoughts on that legally was that of this. When they asked her, Kevin's mistress allegedly recently gave birth to a baby girl. Will there be any custody drama pertaining to children both born outside of the marriage? And her response was, no. The new baby allegedly born to Kevin and his mistress is not Wendy's biological child. She has no responsibilities for childcare or support. If Kevin is not listed on the birth certificate as father, and there is no executed acknowledgement of paternity, he will have no legal responsibility to support the child until paternity is established. If and when it is established, he would be responsible for childcare costs and expenses from the time of birth. Now, I don't see Kevin Hunter fighting Sharina Hudson on child support or saying that the baby is not his. I don't see there being a paternity case with that situation. But they did ask Lauren Lake about the financial portion of it. What kind of money will Kevin Hunter walk away with at the end of the divorce? And her thoughts on that was this: I don't know their exact net worth, but I will say that he will definitely walk away with a significant sum of money, especially because most success they have received has been together. Wendy accumulated into a huge success, and he has been a big part of that. He is her manager and the executive producer on her talk show. This gives him a pretty big level of equity in her success. When she was asked about Kevin being her manager and how that could affect the legal proceedings, as well as the fact that they jointly own her company, Wendy Williams Productions, they wanted to know how that would be divided. Wendy and Kevin more than likely have their own ownership percentages in the production company established. This is where the equitable distribution of assets come into play. With the company being classified as a marital asset, the court will consider a host of factors in determining the distribution percentages. Again, negotiating a fair settlement through ADR where both parties win and can void and resolve all of this potential drama with court interceding. So Lauren Lake is definitely giving her legal advice, or what she foresees happening and how this will play out in court with Wendy and Kevin Hunter. They also asked her the question of the divorce and how much information will be divulged as it relates to Kevin spending money on his mistress. And Lauren goes on to say, this is correct, and I hope this dirty laundry would not become tabloid news. Any funds used during the affair that are from their business and joint accounts would be considered part of the division of assets. I can't stress enough the importance of negotiating an agreement that avoids all these details and prevents the divorce process from dragging out longer than necessary. In the end, lawyers are the only winners of long drawn out divorces. You guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about Lauren Lake's opinion on how their divorce will play out. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and we will chat again soon. Bye.